Green Lanterns issue 6, written by Sam Humphries and art by Will Conrad and Jack Herbert. Speaking of the art, before we get to anything else, I thought there was some really quality faces in this. I know that's a really weird thing to say, but there were some really good faces. Whenever there was a close-up of a face, especially towards the end of the issue,
Yeah.
and they were like smiling at each other, giving you a hint of how, it's a happy ending, I suppose. But
I think it's fair, given we've kind of complained about the faces a few times in this series.
yeah, so it was nice to see it turn around and actually be like, oh, they're actually quite good faces.
Yeah,
I really like the one of it's a close up of Bleeze right at the end.
Yeah.
It looks really good.
Yep.
We'll get to Bleeze in a minute. Let's talk about the Green Lanterns saving the day.
Hey guys, did you know that Jessica has anxiety and that Baz is still new to the job? Because we were told again.
Did you know that she had herself in her apartment for 3 years after her friends were all killed? I know. I feel like do you know what it is? It's almost like the start of Jonesy's issues all start with "I'm Hal Jordan, I'm the Green Lantern, etc. 2814."
Yeah.
It's almost like that, but it's a whole page of exposition of the exact same exposition every time.
And so and again, now I just expect it. Now if it's not there, I'm gonna be angry. So if the Halloween issue doesn't start with like, "Oh, I answered a lot of trick or treating in my 3 years locked in my house," like, but yeah,
That's pretty good.
I'm glad this arc's done because I'm tired of reading Hell Tower.
I am.
Or Hell Seed.
Yeah, I am glad of that as well. I did like some of the moments. I feel like there was almost no reason why it turned around though. I feel like it was just Jessica sitting there feeling like crap until, oh no, wait, I'm emotional enough that the willpower's happening. Oh right, time to win the fight.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like it had like a natural thing.
Well, I like though that she's like, I can't deaden my emotions because my willpower comes from my emotion. And I like that sentiment and how it made her make a construct. And I didn't get what it was supposed to be. I think that was the point, that it's open for interpretation. Because someone looked at it and said how beautiful it was.
I'm going to make a bit of analysis here as to what it is kind of like. Not what it looks like, but the way it's kind of not an actual thing, but different people are seeing different things. Because it's related to emotions, I think it's kind of like an ink blot. Where when you look at an ink blot and different people see different things, I think that's what it's the green.
So what did we hear or think it looked like?
To me, it looked like an award you get at like a art show, because it had those sort of like curving tentacle looking prisms.
Okay, wow. So this is a peek into all our minds.
Okay, Matt.
So I saw it as like a plant, like a flower.
I thought
rising
a flower
up.
too. Yeah.
Well, shit, that means I have the emotional capacity of a ginger, and that's not good.
I don't know, maybe because it's the green glow, but it felt like it was like a glass prism to me almost, the way it looked. So it looked like a ward, but whatever.
Well, so there we go. That's the art and the writing coming together and wanting it to be what I would like it to be, because they're still space cops. Like, granted, it's all the space opera, multi-core stuff still, but Jessica and Simon did work together here.
Yeah,
like partners.
Them bonding at the end was the best part for me.
Yeah.
Them smiling at each other and actually finally giving each other compliments was really nice. And I love the Guardian dude running out and being like, "Where's Hal Jordan? I don't want you.
Yeah.
I want Hal Jordan."
Yeah. Well, and also when Jessica gives him the bear, like, "Hey, look what I found."
Yeah, that's pretty
there.
cool. Yeah.
That was a nice moment too. But
So-
and then I love this Rogue Guardian just because he's such a character.
He's over the top.
He's over the top,
Yeah.
and I love that like Simon's brother and his sister-in-law are trying to like tell him, "There's this blue dude. He's been here," and like they're almost ignoring them as they're talking about everything that's just happened. And it's just there's a good bit of sense of fun, which is why I'm looking forward to the Halloween issue with them going trick or treating and stuff. But the big point here, of course, before we get to the Red Lantern stuff, is that the thing that's in the box, the thing that the Guardian has, is a power ring that doesn't have to be like. It doesn't choose anyone. You can just put it on and use it. It can work for anyone.
Oh wow!
Which kind of undermines the White Lantern power, right?
Well, no, because
that was that thing. Is that you could?
The White Lantern was that you were strong enough in all the emotions, though, right? So it's like you could attach to every part of life. Whereas this feels like more like you could be lazy and not care enough about anything to have. You could not.
Yeah, a villain
be
could use
emotional
this ring.
enough. And anyone could use it.
Because the whole point in Blackest Night was that it was the Justice League who became the White Lanterns because they were good enough to.
Well, there was that, but you also had an orange lantern going, or an orange ring going to Lex, and a yellow ring going to Scarecrow.
Well, that makes sense.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know. That's Phantom Ring. I knew it was coming because of the solicits, but I was also like, all right, I don't need a ninth ring introduced here.
Because it's
I
only
get
one,
that.
I'm actually kind of okay with it because it could be an interesting, it's essentially the MacGuffin for whatever the next story is going to be, and I think
Yeah.
it could be fun in that
That's
sense.
the thing. It's not like it can spawn like another core from it. It can't.
Not
It
yet.
it, it, it can't because
Shut up, Matt. It's
there's
not
no
happening.
emotional core to tie it to everything else. It is
Yeah.
just its own
No,
separate little thing.
but like, how do we don't know anything yet. We're all presupposing because I thought we were done with the entities and the reveal at the
Hmm.
end. It's like, not quite.
Yeah, well, yeah. So the two things about the Red Lanterns we need to talk about is one is that the whole Hell Tower thing was just to plant a new red entity in the core of the sun, or the core of the Earth, sorry,
Yeah.
and it's growing inside the Earth. So that's obviously just a plot point for later stories where the Red Lantern core will be back at it
Which
again.
annoys me a little bit
Which
because
does
I
annoy
was
me
really
as well.
hoping we were done with the Reds now.
But the thing that I do like about the Reds, which I'm actually quite happy about, is Bleeze.
Yeah.
I like where Bleeze's story might go because Bleeze, as you remember a few issues ago, one of Simon's new powers is that he actually took the hatred out of her, took
Yeah.
out the rage, and she became normal for a brief time, and she now remembers that, and she like wants to be that again, or she like, and she's like scared of Atrocitus knowing, but we hear that Atrocitus notices there's something different. But I'm actually kind of liking the idea that we might get a reformed Red Lantern at some point who could become. Maybe
Yeah.
she'll use the new ring. Maybe she'll
Yeah.
be the wielder.
She could. And
Could
the
be.
whole thing I also got from it that Atrocitus kind of already knows because he's all about prophecy,
Hmm.
So he kind of hinted at Blaze, him knowing about Blaze. So, but yeah, that was cool. That was some nice forward progression for characters I don't really care about. Because then even Atrocitus is like, oh, off to new things. We're going to let this egg cook. And then,
Well, that's good. At least it means
Yeah.
he's gone for a couple of arcs.
It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
we'll see you in 3 arcs.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. See you then next year or something. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm definitely more. I'm glad we're over this, and this was always a book that was on the cusp. I'm like, well, do I want to read it? And it's definitely passed into the I'm gonna keep reading
I think
this one.
I say this every time, but I like Jessica enough and I like Baz a fair amount to keep sticking with it as long as it doesn't get any,
Yep.
worse.
Like,
I guess.
it's the next arc is going to be the defining one for me. While I like them, it has to do something plot-wise as well to keep me around. Now, the Red Lanterns was enough that it should have driven me away, but it was the promise of something after that's kept me around.
I think the Halloween issue is going to win you over, Connor.
It may well do.
I think
It says the guy still reading Red Hood and the Outlaws.
Shut up.
I think them babysitting like this wacko guardian who is so far at least been pretty funny. I think is going to
Yeah.
make for a fun time. So.
Yep.